Alright, so this video is going to be my tour of exploit towers. This is exploit towers over here. I'm going to start from the beginning, tell y'all all my stuff, show you what I did, and give you an idea. So first thing I did when I came is I like to build my places close to water, obviously. But I also like to build a lake house because zombies can't see poles. So the lake house is never really in danger of attack unless they come in through the front door. So I built a little lake house out here to get my stuff rolling. Built the bridge. You can build this bridge almost 30 long with minor supports. Put this little guy on the end for when my leg's broken. So that's where I did the base. Kept my food rolling. Kept my iron rolling. My forged steel, stuff like that. Got a little garden out here, mostly corn and potatoes. Some blueberries, I like to mix it up a little bit. Aloe, yucca. But mostly that's going to be a cornfield and potato field for meat stew and gasoline. So here's exploit towers from the outside. Get a really good view of what I call my instigators here. The zombies view that as a solid hole pretty much all the way, or a solid walkway all the way across, and it makes them just fall into this giant pit down here much easier. As you can see, that's a pretty good fall. And so having them not try to, always come over to the drawbridge, which is what they were typically doing, and falling on each other and basically cushioning their bodies, or cushioning their fall with the bodies of their friends. This way it spreads them out a little more, makes them easier to fall in, works on your typical pain pit as well as this exploits tower kind of thing. So zombies also see this area right here as solid even when the drawbridge is up. That's helpful for getting them to fall into pits as well. When they see you here, the reason I made this at ground level is so that they can see me and they'll just wander across all night long. If I want to bother with them, then I come up here when I hear the screams or when I hear whatever. Hell, I was out here cutting trees the other day, and a screamer came up on me and screamed at me from over there. I was able to come right across, shut this door up behind me. She fell right in the hole. Everybody she called fell right in the hole. One exception is cops. You don't want to be standing up here with cops unless you got a sniper rifle and are going to just, blow them out of the water. I got my gas tank here. It's where I keep my gas. Another reason you don't want cops vomiting at you, although these do tend to block it unless they get right up against it, which they can't do. Got my mini bike rolling. I'll show you upstairs in a little bit. For now, we are actually going to go to the base of this tower and show you what I started with. This is my elevator down. One of the exploits. Doesn't matter how far you fall. If you fall on hay, you don't hurt yourself. So here you can see another row. You can see I've had some zombie visitors. I can't reach them from in here. That is one of the problems with the size I made this, but I do have a way out right over there. These are also poles. Poles, again, zombies cannot see, so they don't try to even hit these poles. On occasion, a cop will smack into them with his vomit, or he'll blow up on them. In general, though, they don't get swung at. I'm the one who typically damages them. Zombies, this one right here is not at the right really level because the zombie heads come in just right there, but feral heads come in right in the middle of it. I wanted this solid all the way up though because of the way the physics work. If you'll notice, my walls all the way up are concrete, and they are solid. They don't have to be concrete, they could be anything, but they go all the way up. Of course it's dark in here. So that zombies can knock out, even if the zombies can see these poles, even if they can knock out a few of them, unless they knock out about half of them or more, my place is fine. I use metal for the corners at places where I have floors, with the exception of these iron bars. Anywhere I was going to put more weight on it, basically. So this is a kill floor. So if they do manage to break through, I can still come down here. I put a space at the bottom of my ladder, so you have to jump to get to the ladder, something I don't think they're very good at. And then I can run around up here and still shoot them below while they are down in this cage. They've never broken through. I've never had to use this contingency, but it's here in case I want it. This vault door has a wood frame bridge. If you've been playing this game long enough, you know about how to use your wood frame bridges. And this is how I end up getting out and cleaning up after the horde night. You can come down here and make yourself a little stairs. Even if a zombie does fall in, they're typically going to be stunned at this far of a fall. So you don't really have to worry about it too much. And then you just come over here, check your zombies out, take their stuff, chop them up if you want to clean up your area, which I am typically fastidious about such things. If no other reason than I like the fat for making gasoline. I could really care less about. You really need something better to do with rotted flesh and sham sandwiches, though. Alright, so notice this is at bedrock. This gives you a good idea what we're looking. Oh, look at that! I missed one. I'm gonna have to fill that boy in. So this gives you an idea. Some of those aren't missed; those are just me over improving our little steel. Nail gun gets a little hectic on you sometimes, a little frantic. So I plan to put up the walls the rest of the way here. They do have a tendency to fall on these walls. You can see a body right there. I'm not entirely sure why, but just hasn't happened yet. It's on the list. I just wanted to film this because I don't know when 16 is going to drop. And I really had fun building this tower, and it's really very effective. Kind of a culmination of all of the testing I did in my other complex. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I've built several examples of this. I built a kill floor with my friend Kugler. I built the zombie cage on my site. I built a tower on my site. So this is just it all coming together. I built a pain pit. So this is another one of the exploits. You can see, if you don't know how to build an elevator, I'm teaching you. I really hope they don't take it out because elevators are so useful. It's basically just hatches all the way up. You hop in the hatch, close it, and then you jump, and you are taken to the top of where you're going. And here I am back at the top of my tower, and you saw how high that tower was. So now I'm going to go into my work area from this tower. Now, as high as the tower is, you could actually build a floor like this. You know, every five blocks, you could build another floor. So your guild could have, each person could have their own floor. You could divide up what you're doing by floor. You could have storage. It's just me. It's a solo game. It's Nav. This is a game where I have standard settings, though. So this is all done with standard settings. It's not creative mode. It's not any sort of specialized settings. Got some mushrooms growing in here. A little bit of art, and of course all the basic necessities you need to keep things rolling. I probably could have used more of these, but in all fairness, I used the two at my complex and the one at my other lake house to keep materials rolling in for this place. Digging it out, if you looked at some of my previous videos, you can see I got a lot of materials just from digging it out. That's a big pit. Even digging it out the way I did, which is a whole nother exploit you should see with a giant floating landmass. I still had plenty of materials. Now that said, I am fairly material poor right now because this place was not cheap. Obviously I like to use a lot of metal. I haven't finished my floors out. I want to make sure that my floors are going to stick. So they seem to have so far, and I really pressed my luck with this one up here. Just being a little artsy on the roof. Victory Gardens. Hi, plane. Got some flowers rolling. We've got a floating victory torch up there. You can see this is part of the exploit I was talking about. Same thing with the instigators, except vertically. And so you can make things float like victory torches. Got gardens going up. I've got a maple. I've got a pine. And I've got a blue spruce in each corner of the building. And then just, and apparently it's very cold up here today. And then around the edge, in case I feel like just pot shotting at people or checking without going all the way down the tower to see if anybody lived through the most recent fall, I've got my catwalk around the edge, double wide. And last but not least, I've got this lovely bar here. Hop up on my stool, watch my lake house, watch the lake. The sun rises off the east over there, that island. Yeah, I was going to put a fridge right here. I may still put a fridge right there, but in general, just a nice, peaceful rooftop garden with all the exploits as you've come to know them, even emergency, fall. Down to the base to kill zombies should the need arise. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed Exploit Towers. Really, nothing can get in it. Nothing can get through it. I've brought civilization back to the realm with ingenuity and physics. Something along that means. I do like the infinite water up here, too. I don't have to run downstairs and get any. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you take something away from it that you can use in keeping yourself safe from the zombies. And that's it. Peace.